Hey everybody. Um, One of the questions that I usually get, or one of the questions that sometimes come up a lot, especially in the Christian realm, in a more of a religious state when it comes to relationship and dating, courting, and also moving towards marriage is, can I? A lot of the things, for example, can I kiss? Can I take the girl on a date? Can I um, move with the girl in? And one of the things that I hear that kind of makes me laugh sometimes is like, well, how far is too far? You know what I mean? I mean, if I kiss her, but we don't have sex, but I feel like, we're getting pretty close. You know what I mean? Should we take our clothes off? Should we not do these things? Personally, I feel like that's a really strange thing to add. But also, I think one of the more important things is not can I, but should I? This idea of, is what I'm doing honoring God, or is what I'm doing according to the word of God, or according to the principle that God has put down? One of the things when it comes to the Bible, especially when it comes to courting or courtship or dating, is something that is not specifically mentioned in the Bible. Let's be clear about it. The Bible there's not a book or a chapter on dating, but the whole Bible is a book on relationship. Our relationship to God, our relationship to ourselves, our relationship with others. So there's a lot of many places in which the way we should comport, we should conduct ourselves with others is somewhat clearly dictated or specified, or at least implied. So it's our understanding to want to honor our walk with God in our walk with others. For example, if I have a friend in which I have strong feeling for her, that I'm really hoping to move towards potentially marrying this girl, one of the things I want to do is during my courtship of her, I want to honor God and also the way He looks at us. Not because I want to have a better marriage, because I'm not trying to buy God's grace or God's glory or God's blessing off. Oh Lord, have we been holy? I ain't even touched a girl like that. You know what I mean? So, my marriage should be blessed. But then to understand that it's by His grace that our marriage will work anyway, but that I want to honor Him now, on the present. We need to come to the point where we understand that God's grace help us to stay pure. Listen, if Christ died on the cross for you, don't you think that He will also help you stay pure? If Jesus came, lived, took on the beating, was spat on for you, don't you think the least He can do is help you not fall, help you stay pure, help you do the right thing? There's also a part of a spiritual knowledge, a spiritual side of things in which we need to come when we're in a relationship to understand, is this really the will of God? Is me being with this girl, is it really the right thing? Is me being with her, is me being with the direction we're going, is this really a God-given thing? Because sometimes some of the struggle that might happen is whenever we find ourselves confused in a relationship, there's three things we do. One, we ignore the signals. We just kind of keep going doing what we're doing because we're like, well, I don't know what to deal with this, so we avoid dealing with it. Or one is we shy away from it, so we just break up the relationship, like, I need to step back, I need to take some time. I have to say that it is good to take some time off and really trying to see, is this God's plan? I personally am a believer that you need to date on purpose. Everything you do from God has to have a purpose behind it. When I listen to the word, I study the word, I want to have growth. I'm just not studying or reading the Bible just as a novel. You know what I mean? Just to understand the stories behind it, how cool, clever it was. Oh, the guy was eaten by a fish. Oh my God. But also when I read, I want God to speak to me. I want the knowledge, some of the things that are implied in the text to become a reality to my mind so I can apply it in my own life. It's the same thing when I date. I want the reality of what God talks about when He talks about love, when He talks about issues of understanding, of being compassionate. When God, Christ, clearly said we should love our wives as He's loved the church. That is a pretty bold statement, because now we have to understand, how does He love the church? In which ways was Christ loving? In which ways did He show or display or express that love to the church that we can imitate, that we should emulate in our lives? Also having mentors, having people who are a little bit wiser than you, not necessarily older than you, but wiser than you, because there's some experience that we only get by going through the fire, now going through stuff that you understand more. There's also things that can be divinely revealed to somebody that may seem younger or even I would say, of a lesser level of spirituality than you can have more wiser wisdom in those things. So, but I think it's a question of also seeking knowledge, really. It comes down to seeking knowledge. So when it comes to the singleness part, when one is trying to move from the singleness into now a dating realm of being with somebody and asking this question, can I kiss her? Can I date her? Can I do that? I think that's where the part where we need a lot of wisdom. For example, I'm going to tell you that kissing can be a trip to some people than others. For example, when somebody is dealing with lust or someone is dealing with a lot of emotional issues, one of the struggles that can usually happen is that to one person in the relationship, it's not a big deal, and to the other person, it's really tripping them. If I kiss a girl, okay, and to me it's fun, but to her it causes her to lust me, I'm really doing her a disservice. Because to me it might be fun, but to the other person, she might be flaming with lust. Or the same thing, she may be wearing something that to her is fine. She's accustomed, she's used to that in her home. It's not a big problem. But from where I'm from, seeing just that little extra part of her feet or whatever, or her thighs, or the skirt is a little bit high, it really causes me to lust her. So it really makes me trip. You know what I mean? Because one of the things I really believe is, if you love me, then why do you cause me to sin? If you say you love me, why would you do something that will cause me to lust after you? Come on, sis. We got to be really honest. So that's why I really want to kind of speak on you guys, that with this question of can I, it's a question of should I? Because I love you, I want to honor you. And because I want to honor you, I don't want to make you fall. As Paul said, you know what I mean? Don't be the cause of hindrance of someone else. Remember, the Lord bless you. The Amazing Love Conference is coming this summer. Do not miss out.